Hops and Stocks podcast is presented by 100 Spoke Media Group. We encourage our listeners to drink responsibly. Please note, we are not financial advisors. We do not offer or provide financial advice.
I'm Spoke affiliated from the city of Gems.
All right, welcome back to the Hops and Stocks podcast, brought to you by 100 Spoke Media Group. This is episode 19. A little short today. No K-Rock and no Doug, you know what I'm saying? But myself, Blast, and B-Dub, we're here to hold it down with y'all today. Once again, we're going to continue with the theme of brewery specific.
Yep.
We got Dogfish Head Brewery. And
say that again, E. What is that?
Dogfish Head Brewery.
That's a mouthful, man. How you gonna have a dog, a fish, and a head?
Hey man, interesting name, man. Like, you know, a lot of times cats be just choosing some off the wall stuff for some brewery names, man. That is quite unique. Unfortunately, in my research of who they are and what they do, I did not find out why they are Dogfish Head. So I have failed you guys on the pod, and I have failed our listeners, but I'm gonna give y'all a brief little history on Dogfish Head. They opened in June of 1995 in Rehoboth. I think that's how you say that. At least that's how I spelled. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. They were Delaware's first brew pub and the smallest commercial brewery in America. Their motto is off-centered ales for off-centered people. Basically, I just interpret that as weird-ish for weird-ish people. In 2002, they began distilling gin, rum, and vodka. So it looks like, you know what I'm saying, over the years, they've branched off and done some different things. I didn't follow up on what their liquor brand name was. Also, when I was reading it, I think as of 2013, they've also expanded into the restaurant business, and they also have an inn. An inn is in like hotel where you can actually go stay. I think it's a 16-room inn. So once again, we got Dogfish Head Brewery today. We got 3 different offerings. I believe an IPA, a stout, and Blast, you got an ale, right?
Yeah, Session Sour Ale.
Session Sour Ale. Yeah.
We call it a sesh for short.
Yeah, we're gonna leave session and sesh out of the pod for reasons amongst this group.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, we shall not divulge. We're gonna keep it moving. Unlike most other times, like I'm really excited to try my brew. I don't want to say like most other times because I'm always excited, but coming off of this wisdom tooth surgery, like I haven't drank beer in like forever. So to hop back on this pod and do some reviews, like I'm excited. Plus I got a brew that I really ready to try. It's once again, we're doing Dogfish Head. And so this is Utopias barrel aged wide world stout. And so what they did, I actually forgot to mention, is Boston Beer Company, who owns Sam Adams, purchased Dogfish Head. So this actually is starting to make a lot more sense now. So this was actually aged in Utopia barrels, which is the high-end beer that Sam Adams releases once a year in that genie in a bottle type copper gold thingamajig that runs about, $120, $130. So
who bought them out again? Who bought them out?
Boston Beer Company.
All right.
Yeah. So
they own Sammy Adams.
Yeah, basically. So like I said, tying this together, it makes sense now, because at first I was like, it didn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, now that I realize they're owned by it. Once again, this is their worldwide stout, and this is checking in at 17. It's actually not on the bottle, but it's on the webpage. 17.3 AB.
What?
Yes, man. Yes, my brother. So this is a high ABV, man. This is getting on up there. The regular Utopia that's released once again, like once a year, I think that checks in at like 28%.
Yeah.
So this is 17.3. So they must be getting a lot of juice up out of that barrel when they age it in. I took a sip of this earlier when I first cracked it. Once again, it's one I've been excited to try, and I actually didn't get like an overly jig taste. I was getting, and I'm about to get clever. I was getting a lot of stone fruit. That came up in one of our previous pods.
Yeah.
Like plums and all that other type of stuff. So I got that, but I'm gonna dive back into this. I've had it open for, looking at my clock, sorry. It's probably been about 30 minutes now. So let's see what we're working with.
All right.
Let's say it's dark color. When it hits the light, like you can see it like this goldish copper color.
Yeah, I see that at the bottom. I thought that was.
Hey man, it's pretty dope, man. Like it's a good looking color. Like I said, it's like a goldish, reddish. Looks good. You know what I'm saying? It looks really.
What kind of notes you getting off of it? Just smelling it.
Just smelling it, you get like it smells kind of sweet, but I know it's not sweet. But you getting, I don't know, like a cherry type note when you smell it. Like it smells delicious. But let me dive in and see what we got here on this sip that's been sitting here for about 30 minutes.
All right, do your thing, man.
What style of beer is it again?
This is a stout. So you're getting that malty, like roasted type flavor, like a almost kind of like a burnt coffee, but not in a bad way.
Gotcha.
I'm getting like a burnt coffee. I'm getting some cherry notes, and it's a faint hint of chocolate.
Okay.
It's well balanced. Actually, the roasted note is coming through heavier than anything else. So and once again, it's a burnt flavor, like almost like a little bit of char. But I guess I would assume that to come from that barrel that it was aged in, because I believe Utopias is aged in some type of bourbon barrel or something like that. So I like it. It is a unique taste. Like it doesn't taste as full bodied as most of the stouts. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4 1/4. I won't say I was disappointed. I guess I had a little higher expectation.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sound a little disappointed.
Yeah, I had a higher expectation. Honestly, when I bought this, I was expecting this to be like a 5, just because of the hype that you get from Utopia, and this it falls a little short of the hype, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not bad, but at $40 for the 4-pack, it's pricey.
I didn't know that.
Did you cop a 4? I think you did cop a 4. I think I saw that in
4. So it was like $36.99 plus tax. So that's $40 to me. Yeah, it kind of under delivered for me. I got 3 more to drink, and like I said, it's not bad. I just was expecting something a little bit more, something that just gonna woo like blow me out the water with the taste. And once again, I'm gonna let this chill. I'm gonna let this sit for another 15, 20 minutes and revisit it. But 4 1/4, once again, it's not bad. And if you can't afford or can't find Utopia, this is probably the next best thing. But you don't get, I've had Utopia, and you don't get, like, Utopia doesn't taste like beer at all, in my opinion. You get some of the notes from the Utopia, but you're not getting, like, when you buy this, don't think that you're getting full-fledged Utopia, because you're not.
Yeah.
This is just a variant that was aged in that barrel. And so you're getting some of the notes, albeit some of them faint. So once again, 4 1/4, Utopia's barrel-aged worldwide stout. Let's see.
I did not know you was a 40 shorty, man. I did not know that.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap, brother. It wasn't cheap.
I got one question for you, E. Based on kind of the stouts that we've been drinking, and I guess barrel age is a little different, but it sounds like you're not getting a heavy chocolate note.
It's the chocolate it's kind of overpowered by these roasted notes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, like, there's not a lot of chocolate coming through. Like that char flavor is dominant. So everything else is falling short. Because I mean, sometimes when you eat like a overly charred burger or a wing or something like that char taste takes away from the actual flavor. And that's kind of like what this is doing. Like it's a little too char forward, if that's a proper description. Once again, it's not bad. I'm not wowed. You know what I mean? It falls short. It fell short of my expectation. Like I was expecting something that was just gonna knock me off my feet. Like, oh man, this is the one. And nah, it's not the one. It
sounds like something that'd be interesting to try. So you don't really have a heavy chocolate, and then it's barrel aged, but it's not really barrel aged in a bourbon barrel. So you're probably not getting much bourbon flavor either, right?
No, and it's not overly boozy. Like it's not like you don't get that extra jig taste. It's 17.3. You think, and
you expect there to be a jig taste on that.
Expect a jig taste, and like I'm not getting a real heavy beer taste. I mean jig taste. What I can tell you though is you getting it all up in here. Like you feel that. Yeah, you feel that warmth go down your chest. Like I'm over here with this hoodie on, probably about to go switch into a t-shirt because it's more making me hot. But
I wonder how many of our
if it's not bourbon barrel aged, then what is it? Just a basic barrel?
So
it was in a Utopia barrel.
It was in a Utopia. Okay. So the Utopia is aged in, I forgot all the things that Utopia is aged.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up.
So once they dump the Utopia, which is that Sam Adams product, they poured this stout into it and let it age. So it's grabbing those notes and that flavor and that from those previously used barrels. So it's the same thing as like our barrel aged stuff. When people use like bourbon barrels and things like that, they're just using the Utopia barrel, which I believe the Utopia, I have to look it up, man. I don't want to speak in error. Then, you know what I'm saying? Cat's like, oh man, y'all know what y'all talking about. I'd rather get the information and bring it back. But once again, it's just not, and it's probably because it's that 40. Like, is this at like 19 or something like that, 20? But it's not 40. Yeah, it's not 40.
At that price point, you expect big things, man.
Yeah. And that was the expectation when I saw that price point, that this was gonna be fire. Just because I like Dogfish Head. Like I like their IPAs, I like their other worldwide stout. And I was just expecting more, and it didn't deliver. Once again, it's not bad. It's just, 4.25. I mean, that's a solid rating. It just didn't. I thought it was gonna be a 5. I honestly did, and it just didn't deliver that 5 for me. I mean, but let's see. Let's kick it over to. I know Blast, you got the ale, so I'm assuming you might want to jump into that to be the frostiest.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So, for whatever reason, these guys were laughing at my beer, but again, I'll say it. We have a SeaQuench Ale Session Sour. Some people might call it Sesh for short, but it's a Session Sour. It's blissfully brewed with lime juice, lime peel, black limes, and sea salt. So, sounds like a good sesh to me.
I wonder how many people were involved in that session.
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
Hey man, I'm not going for this alley-oop, so you can keep it.
Yeah.
See, usually it's never me. It's never me. I threw you one, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you're not going for it, B-Dub.
I looked at it. I almost took it home, but I'm not.
Yeah, we cannot afford to have you dunk that one. We can't afford that. You talking about dumping a whole damn episode if you dunk that ball. What are we on, 19? You just be like, we had to skip over 19. We're on 20. All right, well, here's the picture of the sesh.
I like the color. I like the color on the can though, man. Color's dope.
Yeah, the color's nice.
It's aquatic.
Oh,
that's gotta be good.
I don't know, B-Dub. It's a sour, man. So
Oh yeah, it's probably trash then.
I think it's a little light on the ABV, so I'm not expecting too much of the jig. Yeah, I'm 4.9, so almost a 5. Let's see down the hatch, man.
I'm curious to see what you think and like what your first note is when you start to describe it.
You know what? The first note is not bad because I'm getting that sour and then some of the fruits. But you also get that salt, man.
Exactly. That's what I was good. Yeah.
The salt is it's interesting, man. It's not necessarily a negative, but it's an interesting note, man. Like you get that fruit first, and I guess it kind of balances the sour. It's not so sour because the salt comes in pretty quick. I mean, it's interesting that they, actually get the salt in there too. So, you know me, man, I'm kind of a stickler for nailing what you say you're gonna nail. So we got sour, we got the fruits, and we got the salt. So, I'm tempted to give this a pretty good grade, even though, I don't know how enjoyable it is to me.
I agree, man. When I had it, I was like, "Dang, man, did they use beach water for this joint?" I was like,
Yeah, they definitely scooped up some sea moss or something.
right.
You know what? For me, it's not bad, man. It's got a lot of interesting components working, man. I'm going to give this a 4, a solid 4. Yeah.
I think it's good. Like I don't think it hit as an inside the house fall beer. It's more of a summertime crisp, you know what I'm saying, outside when it's hot outside, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
Yeah, facts. It's probably not what you want in November.
Right.
My dogfish shopping was not the most diligent, I'll admit, but
Mine either.
sometimes, man, you got to go with what you can get, man. But maybe in the summertime this would be a nice one to visit. Right now it's hitting a little different, but I ain't gonna complain, man. Who's mad at a sesh?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Oh,
I knew when you went interesting, it was all bad. It was all bad.
I was waiting for him to say. I thought you was gonna like kind of ish on it because of the salt. Because the salt is a like a predominant note. Like
yeah, it is. I mean, it's really sour, fruit, salt, like in that order and really quick. Like you get to the salt, you don't get as much time to enjoy the other two, but it all comes together well, surprisingly to me, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's like I said, I agree with you of not just what I'm saying giving brews bad reviews just because it's not for you.
Yeah.
I mean, like if a brewery is doing what it says on that can, I think that all we can do as consumers and people that are beers or let our listeners know that, hey, yo, the brewery's doing exactly what they say is on that can. We might not like it, but you're gonna get salt, sour, fruit.
Yeah, I mean that's all I ever ask for, man. Is whatever you write on the can, it needs to taste like that, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think they nailed it, man. I mean, my first thought was to give it a 4.5, but I'm just like,
Who was that?
That's Bad Blast over there.
Yeah, BB, Bad Blast.
Bad Blast.
Sorry, yeah, I got some background.
I had to go for mute.
Let's kick it over to B-Dub.
While we deal with some background noise from Bad Blast, we're gonna kick it over to B-Dub, man. I think you got an IPA to review.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. Like Eric said in the beginning, we're going with a Dogfish Head. This is a 90-minute Imperial IPA.
Do most sessions last about 90 minutes, or is it?
Depends on the ingredients in that session.
Okay, got it.
Amber colored brew, medium body. This is my first time having Dogfish Head, so this was a blind buy for me. Like Blast said, I didn't really do my diligence in buying, selecting this. I really came down to like 2 selections, and he got one of them. So I'm glad I got this one. I did jump off the porch and get a 4-pack. Yes. So this is trash. I'm assed out.
Man, you can cook with bad brews, man. I've done that a lot.
I don't know if I want my food tasting like bad beer.
It's good for a marinade, seriously. Like if I have a brew that I just don't rock with, like I use that joint on like some wings or something like that. Like they'd be good for marinades, man. You might not like to drink it, but it's good for the marinade.
Yes,
Just to give you some background story of how we ended up on Dogfish Head. I live in Nashville. They live in Ohio. So the brewery specific brews is like we got to try to coordinate. And so we had a list of what I already had here versus what they could get Ohio, and that's how we settled in on Dogfish.
Okay.
Uh-oh, here we go. It's not a can, so you can't say I don't like what's in this can.
Why can't I? Dogfish head, dogfish head, dogfish head. This is, I don't know. I mean, it's loud. I can tell you that. It's very at a 9% ABV. It's got some wallop to it. The pack of punch is real hoppy and very forward, and it's in your face. I mean, you would think, well, last week I reviewed one similar color. It wasn't Imperial, but it was an IPA. It wasn't that strong. It was more, no, it was an Oktoberfest, wasn't it?
Yeah, you had an Oktoberfest from somebody.
Oktoberfest. Well, it was similar color, but this one is very, like I said, it's loud, it's strong, I don't know about this one, y'all.
I'm looking up the 90-minute and see what the IBU is, man. Because I think Dogfish goes high on the IBUs.
I want to give y'all a background story on this 90-minute portion of the bottle, but I really don't know, so I ain't gonna even hold y'all to that. So next time I see y'all or y'all hear from me, I will have that information for you. But it's not bad. This is a very, very forward, hoppy, powerful beer. Not bad. I give it my first time having this Dogfish Head. I ain't gonna even ish on it like that. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Oh damn! I expect you to come in a little bit lower than that, man.
I was gonna come 3.75, but that was off the first sip. Let me marinate with it for a little bit, but I could see it going up to a 4. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and first sip, I'm gonna go ahead and get us a 4. It's not a bad beer.
Here's an interesting blurb on Untapped. Esquire magazine calls 90-minute IPA perhaps the best IPA in America. An Imperial IPA best savored from a snifter, which is it's like them little bourbon glasses that I got. So they rate it pretty high. I'm trying to find the IBU on here though.
Let's see if it's on the bottle.
I didn't see it from jump.
Is that I will say this? It has very interesting artwork on it, and that's one thing that normally catches my eye if I'm just looking for a beer. Can art is important to me.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is, but it's very abstract.
Yeah.
Eric's can remind me of SeaWorld for some reason, but I would buy that just off of that can work.
Yeah,
this is very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely get us a 4. I got a 4-pack of it, so it'll get handled. But will I reinvest in this again? I don't know. I don't. It went. The price point wasn't too bad. I bought this one, and I bought a. I don't know if the listeners are hip to Arrogant Bastard, but I bought a single of that. So I bought a single of Arrogant Bastard, and I bought a 4 of this Dogfish Head. So
what you might have to do and do it for the gram is cop a bottle of the 60 and then cop a bottle of the 120 and then do a taste test on all 3 of them, those 60, 90, and 120.
I seen the 60, I seen the 90. I didn't know they had a 120.
Yeah, they got a 120. I've never drank them all together, but I think that'd be an interesting like little taste test thing to see what's
right. Yeah, that'd be dope right there, man.
Yeah,
I did dabble in. I know we're talking about Dogfish Head, but I did make a run to Street Side. About like six of their offerings. I made it through 4 of them, and I know you said you went to the location and you had a few of them, and I don't know what was in your flight, but out of the 4 that I had, 3 were fire. 1, so.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk off camera and I'll tell you which one that is. But
I'll be 1000% transparent. I literally went high ABV all the way down the board. So I was like, yo, give me this. And so I think it was some stouts, and then they had like some high ABV IPAs too. Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, like I don't want to get off a Dogfish Head real quick, but
I don't want to steal their shine.
We'll come back later, man. But I think as the listeners can tell, like we are big fans of Street Side, man. Like they doing something good up there in Cincinnati. But let's not detour from Dogfish. But just to wrap up Dogfish, like I said, man, they are, they've been purchased by I believe Boston, like maybe second to Anheuser-Busch. I don't know, but obviously Boston Beer Company is one of your major brewing conglomerates. So I don't know how that impacts, what they're putting out. You know what I mean? Cause I just kind of feel like small outfits, like when you have a true like microbrewery, there's more attention paid to detail. Whereas when you're a Dogfish Head, like, I mean, even like in their bio, like they are a commercial brewery, like they've always mass produced. But they're cool. Like I buy Dogfish, you know what I'm saying? When I see stuff on the shelf, I'll grab it.
Boston Brewery is publicly traded, right?
I know Sam Adams is. I don't know how to if the Boston Beer Company is on the market or do you buy Sam Adams? I don't know.
It's one of those, but I know that stock is super high. It's over a rack.
Yeah. And as hops and stocks, you would want to try to buy I don't think can you buy a partial of it?
I don't know if you can buy a fractional.
Yeah, fractional. I ain't hit. But
I
yeah,
looked at it a while ago.
That's Sam Adams. I believe the last time we've talked about it a couple times, and it's like $1,200 for one share.
Yeah.
So obviously they're doing something right, and obviously you Americans are drinking a ton of beer. Actually, the world is drinking a ton of beer because you can get
Craig.
Yeah, Sam Adams anywhere. But off of the beer, you know what I'm saying, Blast, unless you got anything to chime back in, man. We you know what I'm saying, we're gonna hop into some of our group chat discussions. Let y'all get a little peek into the group chat. And so I posed the topic for tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying, we're not gonna do no financial stuff, man. We're gonna hop into some pop culture, some hip hop and whatnot. And you know what I'm saying, we all love rap music, we all love hip hop. I think we've said it before, like all of us, you know what I'm saying, how we actually all even came together is that, you know what I'm saying, we had a rap group, you know what I'm saying, back in like late 90s, 2000.
I know you was gonna put that out there.
Oh, that was a secret?
No, I thought that wasn't something you wanted to put out in there for yourself, but
nah, I ain't gotta release the music, but I can say I got bars. Like
I got you. All right.
Yeah, I don't gotta release the music because of, you know what I'm saying, we in a different era of time, but you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying, we consider ourselves hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Can I let the listeners know that that's our original music that you hear in the intro and outro?
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a track off of a CD that we released in 2000, and that particular track is called Ride With You. Yours truly on the production. So like I said, we that's how we started off. We started off as a rap group, and you know what I'm saying, we just been friends for, I mean, prior to the rap group, we, you know what I'm saying, we all had connections and friends and whatnot. But you know what I'm saying, the rap group is what brought us together to the level that we are now. So, you know what I'm saying, in hip hop, there's always barbershop chatter, you know what I'm saying, and it always comes down to who's top five. And so I suggested that we do a different spin on it because everybody has their top five. I think that, you know what I'm saying, there's an agreement on if you say legacy top five is Jay-Z, is Pac, you know what I'm saying, it's Nas. I'll argue but I'll put it here. It's big. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put Face in there. Beat Up thinks nobody likes Scarface. You know what I mean? But everybody loves Face. You know what I mean?
My thing is, when you just named the top 5, Scarface should probably be like one of your top 3 mentions.
I didn't do it. I'm not doing it in order because Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's never really in order, man. Except
I know that. I know you're gonna put it in order, but it's like you mentioned Face on the back end, like you was like Scarface, like you just had
because I was giving the build up because you think we shit on. I mean, you ish on Face. Like
well, I think the world as a whole shits on Scarface, man. Like he's
I don't believe that. I mean, I think anybody that knows hip hop, you know what I'm saying, it's the reason why he hasn't been on Versus. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he washes any because they keep talking about Cube. I think he washes Cube, man.
Oh, man. He a smash Cube.
Yeah, I mean, have we seen that already in our verses?
We've seen it in ours. Like, and so that's the thing. Like, man, Face is top 5. I think a lot of time top 5 is generated from the East Coast, man, and the East Coast just don't get a South love. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But to put the spin on it, I propose that we did you know what I'm saying, we talk about today's top 5. Because in my opinion, and I think this kind of goes back, we can bring sports in this too, is we all grew up in the Jordan era. So Jordan is the GOAT. You know what I mean? But it's hard to deny what LeBron has done over the past, you know what I'm saying, 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? He's done things that Michael Jordan can't do. But we still hold Jordan as the GOAT because he's near and dear to us. So we're going to talk about today's top 5. Like, who is hip hop's top 5 today?
What's your parameters? I thought you threw some parameters out there.
No real parameters because we all different. Like Blast, I know you more of a lyrical type cat. I'm more of a beats and production type cat, and B-Dub is probably somewhere in the middle. So I don't really want to box anybody in. I just want whoever is in our top 5, I want them to be relevant to today. So I kind of feel like you have to either be feature heavy or you had to drop something within the past year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that you can have released the album 5. Like, I don't think 3 Stacks is in the top 5 today because in my opinion, he's not active. Is he in the top 5 all time? Yeah, to me, he's top 5 all time. But I'm talking about today's.
So what if you're a new artist and you dropped in the past year? Can you be considered top 5 off of one album?
I think if you moving and shaking, I feel like you know who's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's no right or wrong. I think there's a lot of room for disagreement, and that's why I think this is gonna be an interesting pod because I know my list ain't gonna be y'all list, and I know y'all gonna.
Let me just preface this by saying, I'm probably just gonna have to be on the outside of this conversation, and I'll chime in on y'all's list because I really don't rock too heavy with what's current. So yeah. I ain't gonna even pretend like I'm in the know about who's top 5 right now. But I will let you know if somebody on your list is trash.
I think that's an easy way out because I still think that you still listen to new music every time.
That's true. I'll try my best, but I'm like, it's probably gonna be hard for me to come up with 5.
All right, so okay, then let's start with you then. Give us your list.
Man, I just told you I was sitting this one out.
Man,
but because I feel like you backed yourself into that thing of, you know what I'm saying, I ain't really rocking with the new cats.
Okay.
But you listen to music every Friday.
No, I don't actually. I don't. I mean, if y'all send me a recommendation, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. But
did you listen to that Ransom?
No.
I mean, that Ransom was dope.
All right, here go my top.
I think I've heard
my top 5, man, right here. Myself, B-Dub, Karan, E, and Douglas. The 100 Spoke crew.
That's fair.
Who wants it with us?
That's fair.
See, my thing is, for one, I've never even thought about having a top 5 of new cats who've dropped in the past year.
Well, okay. He didn't say it had to be new though. He didn't say it had to be new.
I just said they had to be active. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Jadakiss is probably in a lot of cats' new top 5, but Jadakiss ain't really active right now. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have any new music or any new features. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, who's active. It don't have to
All right,
be.
well, let me try to, aside from my legit top 5 of us, let me try to give a top 5 of maybe that second tier, below us.
Yeah.
I'm just messing around, man. All right, number 1 on my list, still currently, he's dropped 2 albums, I think within a year's time, is Esco, Nas. And it's interesting when the 2 albums he's dropped is King Disease 1 and King's Disease 2. And when he dropped 1, I enjoyed 1. When he dropped 2, at first 2 didn't really hit me, the way that I wanted to be hit. When Nas drops, I'm like, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to hear that, just all around greatness. And I don't know, something about 2 just didn't catch me right off the bat. But I did give it a couple more listens, and the more I listened to it, it really grew on me, man. And I think at this point I might like 2 better than 1. So I'll give Nas my nod for still being current, and obviously the bars have never left. So Nas is still in that 5 for me. 2 would probably be J. Cole. I know he's starting to teeter on not being a new cat anymore, but of the new generation, he's probably the cat that I rock with the most. When something of his drops, that's usually a signal for me to at least give it a listen. There ain't too many cats out here that drop that get that required listen out of me, and he's one of those. So I would put him at 2. A new cat that, at least new for me, I think these guys have been around for years. A new cat for me that I really enjoy is Benny the Butcher. Strong lyrics. I can't speak to how, I know he's featured, so I know he's active. I don't know what album he had, after what is it called? Beyond the Burden of Proof, or Burden of Proof. But I mean, that Burden of Proof, I mean, that thing was like fire in our circle, man. Everybody was loving that joint. So Benny the Butcher definitely gets a nod for me. That puts me at about 3. That beyond that, I like Conway too. I can't really speak on a heavy knowledge of Conway's catalog, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. But I mean, whenever you hear Conway spit, I mean, it's legit spit. It's heavy spit. So I ain't gonna front. I like Conway. And then number 5, man, that's tough for me, man. I don't know. I respect some of the things that like Da Baby is doing. I also respect Lil Baby. I can't sit here and say that I listen to their albums or anything like that, but I do pay attention to how they're moving, throughout the younger generation. I mean, those dudes, their music's on the radio all the time. So I respect.
How you feel about Dirk?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you what's on this CD, man.
You know what? It's hard for me to come up with a top 5 because of the way we was raised to consume music. The way I was brought up is you had to be able to actually rap and have bars for me to appreciate it. And I know music ain't like that now. You don't actually have to be able to, bars ain't the thing now. So how I judge music is not a thing now. So now I have to change how I like music into the what's popular now. And it seems like it's more beat driven, and it's more a feeling than how I was raised to consume music. I mean, I like bars, beats are secondary to me. Now it's more producer heavy. I think the producer is actually more popular than the damn rapper now.
Could be.
So it's hard for me to have a top 5. I mean, it's a few cats that I do like listening to. I like Benny. I like Conway. I like Da Baby. I like Lil Baby. I like Roddy Ricch. They're creative, but I wish Kendrick would come back out. Because that's a throwback to what I'm used to. Cole is a throwback to what I'm used to.
Yeah.
You know, and I still, I mean, not when Nas is doing is cool. It is different. It's almost like some adult contemporary rap. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I could see that.
But you know, Scarface ain't rapping no more. So you know, it's like, you know, it is what it is. I'm mostly listening to old school shit though, man. So it's like,
I guess you know, I'll put some respect on Drake's name too, man. I don't really, well, you know, I don't listen to a lot of Drake, but I mean, it's hard to sit there and ignore the success that he's had. So, you know, you have to at least mention his name with, you know, top 5 current.
I think, like I said, there's cats that belong in the conversation, but this is just, and my top 5 is probably not universal top 5, but ironically, Blast, like you named 4 of my top 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is no particular order. I think Cole, actually, I'm taking Cole number 1. You know what I'm saying? Because that if I have to do a top 5 and I have to name somebody in order, he's number 1. What Cole, and I'm not the biggest J. Cole fan. Like I've never been.
Yeah, I know we've had that discussion. Yeah. So I mean, but you can't ignore the bars that Cole puts down. Yeah. And I think you're showing respect for his bars.
Yeah, Cole can rap his behind off, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when he did that little snippet over Drake's beat, and I was like, oh man, this. So I gotta show respect because, you know what I'm saying, that's who we are. Like that's what we prided ourselves on when we was, you know what I'm saying, recording, you know what I'm saying, bars and beats and whatnot. But being someone who's like, I've always been the down south cat of the group, so I've always kind of been the oddball when it came to music. I like Cole because one, like I said, he just, I can't deny what he's doing lyrically. I like Benny. Benny is just like that perfect balance for me. You know what I'm saying? Benny,
yes.
Benny gives me that hood-ish.
It's 90s music. It checks that box for us.
Yeah, like Benny gives me exactly what I'm looking for when I want to listen to rap music. And I mean, Benny, all he talks about is dope. I'm sorry, but I like it.
But I mean, you know, I think there's a skill involved because
it's creative.
Yeah, at least when I'm listening to Benny, I don't get that feeling like damn, can I get something else? You know, can I get another topic? Like it doesn't bother me. So it kind of reminds me of Jay-Z. Like
exactly.
I'm like Jay-Z. People would complain about he's talking about money, but I'm like, man, he's done it like 3,000 different ways. Like you got to respect the ability to keep hitting on a subject and keep hitting it differently.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna give you. He gonna give you dope, bars,
money,
bitches.
Hey, that's not getting edited out, man.
It's not. It's definitely not. It was so low key. It was like, it's funny.
Yeah, that's
and then he's gonna mix it up in a clever way, man.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the production is fire.
Yeah. So, and that's like when, like Blast said, you gave a really good, you know what I'm saying? Like and this is way too much pressure for the cat, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not Jay-Z, but lyrically, like he's what Jay-Z was giving us in the 90s, man. Like he does what he does. So I'm going Benny.
Is that 2 you went with Cole and Benny?
Cole, Benny.
Okay.
Once again, these after Cole, there's
no. Okay, I got you.
So then I'm going Conway. I just feel like when you listen to Conway and Benny, and we've had this discussion before of who's the best, and I think Benny's the better artist. I think Conway's the better lyricist.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. Although, you know, sometimes it's touch and go. But yeah, I mean Conway says some phenomenal stuff sometimes.
Jesus, man, like that dude's a monster, man. When he's featured, have y'all heard that new track with him, Jay-Z, and Kiss?
No.
Jesus Christ. It's on like this offbeat. It's some weird, I don't know whose track it is. It's this weird, it's one of the weirdest beats I've ever heard, but I think it's I know it's Conway and I know it's Jay-Z and I think it's Jada. I had to find it and I'll shoot it back to the group text, man. But the beat not for me, but the way that it's a display of bars.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm going Lil Baby.
Okay.
When I first heard Lil Baby, when I heard wham, I'm like, man, who is this kid? And why are you even on the radio? Like, I thought Lil Baby was trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up garbango. I didn't want to hear anything he had to say. But then, as with anything, the dude started getting better. And I'm not, obviously, it's hard to mention Cole, Conway, and Penny, and then put Lil Baby in there. But I have to respect what he's done. Like, he's worked on his craft. He's gotten better lyrically. He's never going to be top tier lyricist, but that pocket that he gets in where he just meshes with the beat, I like that. I
mean, like, he probably won't be, like you said, top tier lyricist for us, but I think in terms of, you know, when you consider what's on the radio today,
yeah,
he's probably, you know, I think the baby would probably get him lyrically, but you know, those two are probably, you know, if you're talking strictly radio play and kind of excluding maybe Cole and Drake, those two are probably, you know, who's up there for the younger cats today.
yeah.
Have you heard that new joint called Murder Music with Benny? It's Benny, Snoop, and
Sanchez would disagree already. But
yeah, I was gonna say, man, I'd love to hear Doug's.
Yeah, Sanchez would be like, no, I don't want to hear that joint. But so I got Lil Baby, and then my number 5, man, like I went back and forth between who should be 5, because I got 5 and I got some honorable mentions.
Let me recap real quick. You got Cole, Benny, Conway, and Lil Baby.
Yeah. And then like I probably got like a legit 7. So 5, and I think I'm giving more credit to impact and just right now presence in hip hop. I'm going Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of piggybacks off of the success that him and Lil Baby had as a collective. Like, that album did numbers, the concert did numbers. I like the album. I know y'all probably ain't listened to it. That stayed heavy rotation for me, man. Like, but I also consume music different than a lot of cats. Like, I have 3.
I mean, you and, you know, probably a couple other cats that we know listen to everything. That probably used to be me. I can't say that's me anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you know me, I'll say something's trash without even listening.
Right. So I consume music different. Like, I have like 3 elements of music. It's what do I clean my crib up to? It's what do I listen to when I'm in my car? And what do I listen to when I'm in the gym? And when I'm in the gym, hey man, that Lil Baby and Durk, oh man, rotation after rotation after rotation. I got some honorable mention cats, man. My honorable mention, they didn't make the top 5, but I like what they doing, and I like how they've been moving here recently. And y'all y'all know who Ransom is. I think Ransom is dope. I think that dude can rap. Like,
where's Ransom from?
I believe he's from Jersey.
Jersey, okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Is he on TDE?
That's Reason.
Okay, Reason. That's what I'm getting confused. Okay.
Nah, Ransom is from Jersey, and then Reason is on TDE. Like, Ransom can rap, man. Like, dude has legit bars. Blast. That's why I thought you would really like that album, because he's like, his production is really sample heavy, and it's that classic East Coast.
What's the name of it?
I sent it to the group chat. Let me look it
What
up.
was it, the last thing you sent?
Yeah, it was whatever that
Okay.
link was.
Yeah, I'll go back and check it out.
I think you would really dig that, man, because like I said, it's East Coast, it's sample heavy, and dude can rap. And then there's a cat out of Louisville, ESTG. Like,
I thought you was about to say white dude. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Jack Harlow.
Yeah, I was about to be like, wow. Although
he can rap.
Yeah, he can rap.
His album is trash though, man.
Yeah, he can rap, but it's like I agree with B-Dub. His album is trash, but I like ESTG. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I consume music different than the majority of the cast that I podcast.
I ain't never even heard of him before.
Man, it's some old drug dealer type music, man. It's like I said, I listen to stuff like that in the gym, but once again, like I said, man, I think there's room for everybody. And when you leave out Drake out of the top 5, it's like some cats I just think like they're in their own different stratospheres, man.
Yeah. He's a whole different level, man.
He's a superstar. Like he's not.
Yeah, and as much as I don't care for his music, I can't sit here and be like, the dude can't rap. Like you'll hear me say a lot of things, but saying Drake can't rap won't be one of those.
Yeah.
Well, it's always in question if he writes his own shit. I mean,
man, I don't even get into that, man, because I do believe that
as an artist, you can't have somebody writing your own shit. I could see if somebody wrote a chorus for you. They can't write your verse for you. I don't believe in that. As a true MC, you have to be able to pen your own shit, man.
Do you believe that Drake hasn't written 95% of his bars? And if you're under that belief, then I can't argue with you. But do you believe Drake hasn't written 95% of his bars?
I don't know what percent. It shouldn't be no percent.
That's not facts. Because we've been in sesh where somebody will give you a line. That's collaboration.
In our shit, who's wrote a line for me or you? Or
I don't think that's facts. I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying. Like if somebody gives you a line, or somebody says, "Hey yo," like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we've been in sessions when we record it and somebody might have too many words, like, "Hey, say it like this or do it like that." Like that's like, to me, that's collaboration.
Well,
I don't ever put Drake in my top 10 lyricists. I never do. Because once again, I'm on the side of what you're saying of there's questions if he writes his own stuff, just the same way as Kanye. So you can never 100% validate that they're in my top 10, but that's a different list. My lyricist list is totally different than my top 5 rapper list.
Okay, we'll get into that next time.
Man, what are you eating on the podcast, man? We're recording live and you're chowing down over there.
Now, laters.
Man, you need to tighten up and wait till after the show for that, man.
Hey, man.
This guy was full bash over there, like, hey, man.
Hey, man. Doug eats meals on camera, man.
But I mean, man, Sanchez is a renegade, man. You can't really tame that in, man. He gives us that edge.
Yeah, he does, man. He does.
I expect professionalism out of you, aside from shitting on beer companies.
Hey, I'm telling you, don't put out bad product, man. Beat up won't be on your neck.
So I think if we did the top 5, I'm gonna circle back to this beer real quick. This went from not boozy to boozy. like this joint is like it's definitely hitting on the alcohol notes now. Like you're getting whatever 17.3 is, it's in there.
Getting all of that.
Yeah, you're getting all of that. It did.
You know what we should do and add this segment to the tap room? It should be initial review, and at the end we should circle back
secondary
and see if that still holds true.
That's a good point. I mean, man, I don't know if it's because Wednesday is really my beer day, and I don't really get down too many other days of the week. But I think I enjoyed what I had, man. Saltiness and all.
Because this right here, this 9%, it came back around that corner line.
Yeah, I mean, I saw your glass with nothing but foam left. I was like, I think he liked it.
Yeah, man.
I am on the double up of what you had at this damn near 17.3, man. Like, yeah, I'm over here probably glassy eyed and chest warm, and it's like I'm getting nothing but. Even on the nose, when you smell it, like it's nothing but booze. Like this smells like straight up jig. Like most stouts mellow out and you can't, what I'm saying? After it sits, it's kind of like that. It's kind of gone. It smells like jig.
What we need to do is, since it's about to be the holidays, we need to go back and have another tasting little session again, man.
Yeah, this tastes like jig. I'm still gonna leave it at the 4.25, but this joint, if
did your grade change beat up for yours?
See, my initial review was gonna be like 3.75, but I gave it a 4 because I don't believe in going down. You can only go up. So I gave it a 4. I might get this a 4.25, man.
Dub, you said you off the 17th through the 3rd?
Yeah.
Man, I might come down there and kick it with you for a couple of days, man.
Yeah, man, I got a stash we can tap into.
Yeah, I probably got, so I was looking the other day, bro, I got 112 vacation hours, man.
I thought you were about to say 112 beers. I'm like, man, share some of that.
Yeah, well, shit, I got 100.
I got more than 112 beers, man. You know
Yeah.
what? We'll chop it up after the podcast, man. I'm probably
Yeah, I
gonna
was gonna say, man, y'all are starting to get into the intimate details of our lives. We need to wrap this.
yeah.
All right,
Hey, once again,
Guys making plans live on the podcast.
Hey,
hey, we going to the club on this date. I'm like, man,
right. Hey, y'all
trying to
probably
get jammed up out here.
y'all won't see this in time, but you know what I'm saying? If y'all kicking it for the holidays, actually, this probably will drop around the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Shoot us a DM. Let us know where y'all at. Let's do some brewery connects, because I think this will drop. We about 4 or 5 ahead, so this should drop right before Christmas. If y'all kicking it, if y'all doing any breweries, you know what I'm saying? I'll be around Ohio. You know what I'm saying? These cats already live there. Let's connect. Let's do something. Let's review some brews. Once again, thanks for joining Hops and Stocks, episode 19, signing out.
Till next time.
Sayonara.